Hello and welcome back to the MCYT Metazine. I'm Rez, and today I've got with me Solar Arc, whose piece covered the concept of the eighth wall in Minecraft videos. Alright, so Solar, let me start you with an easy one. How did you decide on what topic you wanted to analyze for this zine?
To be honest, I literally saw the early drafts of the Metazine stuff going out. I was like, I know what I want to talk about for this. I was instantly like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I think probably I would have had to figure out what I would settle for if it wasn't what the zine was looking for. Like, you had us put in different options, and I was like, okay, what am I talking about if I'm not talking about this for some reason?
So it's been something on your mind for a little while, is what I'm gathering?
It's been something on my mind for a long while, because it's something I think is not the most well understood. I don't think I'm going to help, to be honest. I'm here to make it worse.
What would you most like for people to take away from your piece?
Okay, so this is going to run counter to the fact that I just said I'm here to make things worse. I think this idea of the fact that an eighth wall is kind of standard with a lot of Minecraft YouTube. I focused on instances where it's very stand out and something interesting is happening with it, but a lot of the time it's just in the medium. It's just kind of something that's there and it happens. You sort of have to put in extra work to go, no, it's not there. This is just a person in the world and that's it. There's no cameras rolling. It's interesting, but it's there.
What are you proudest of in this piece?
Remembering to cite Nitro Rat at the last minute. For a while there, I did not remember where I got the term eighth wall from. And then at, I think, 11 p.m., I was like, oh, shoot. That's from a video. I didn't come up with that myself. I'm using it differently, but I need to cite this guy. That's like the main one. That's the main one that's something I'm glad I fixed. I do really like how all of it came together. It has solid word flow. I think I picked some pretty good examples, and hopefully I wasn't too unapproachably academic. I use big words, but hopefully they make sense.
Is there anything from this piece you'll be taking with you into the future?
I mean, in the sense that this is a little bit of an insight into how my brain works on a regular basis when thinking about fiction. Yeah, a lot of it just will continue going with me into the future as I write stuff and as I talk about stuff. I think I did decently at summaries, and that's something I'd like to poke at more.
Your piece has a really interesting model, and it's fascinating to see how the eighth wall is used in various series. Something I noticed was that a lot of examples you drew from are all series with a single player or perspective. Do you think that having a single narrator allows them to interact more easily with the eighth wall?
So I didn't actually notice when I was gathering examples that all of them were single player until I got this question. Technically, the Wi-Fi's debunk is not single player because Wi-Fi's has a POV of it as well, and he's still doing some eighth wall stuff. I think it's easier to notice when someone is doing this in a single player series because they can get a lot more obvious about it. Whereas if you're in a multiplayer series, I think a lot of people are going to be more shy about bringing in that sort of metatextual element in case it gets intrusive for other people in the story they're trying to tell. There is, technically speaking, a lot of primarily streamed MCYT stuff is a lot more heavy on the eighth wall because of the way chats work.
I was going to say, yeah, the direct audience interaction.
Yeah, streamers loved their chats. So that's another example of a case where having multiple points of view does still enable the eighth wall. It's just kind of different looking, I think.
The part about Lagundo's 100 Days multiverse revealed a lot of the interaction with different layers of the narrative, in that it involves both some level of roleplay as well as ARG elements which the audience can interact with. That's pretty unique for a Minecraft series. Do you think that these interactions with the fourth and eighth walls form a part of the narrative themselves? Or would you consider them, separate from the game altogether?
So I simplified what was going on in this era of 100 Days Multiverse. There are two specific eras to it as far as I'm concerned. Modern 100 Days Multiverse does not exactly resemble what was currently going on, because you could probably make an argument for there being a 12th or even 16th wall with what's going on with the ARG. I think I talked about there being hidden videos at some point that are from the videos themselves, but then you also have puzzles hidden in a mod pack download. You had books that were hidden in his world download for his hardcore season 2. He infiltrates his own SMP. The voice clips, which are kind of MIA right now, were hosted on his website. It got very convoluted very fast. which I think was really interesting. But yeah, they were very much inherently part of the narrative.
Fascinating.
And deeply weird.
That's so weird.
I don't know where they were going with it, but I do miss being threatened by several eldritch entities in a trench coat.
This is a fairly complex topic, and really thought-provoking. If you had more space, do you think there's anything else you would have covered?
There's so much. Oh my god. There's a lot. I literally looked at this and went, I'm going to go way over word count. I need to cut half of this. One of the things I was considering doing for an intro is there's fourth wall bit in Flux Buddies.
Oh, yes.
The episode Suspicious Behavior, where Nano directly types in chat, basically, are you seeing this? Are you seeing this? This is not correct. But directly uses chat to address the audience. Redstoner and Twitch SMP are both series that do some weird fourth wall stuff. Twitch SMP does get into streamed series stuff. And then also some other niche Minecraft YouTubers did not make the cut. And also I did not talk about streaming. Streaming is such a beast of its own.
Mm-hmm.
So I just sort of decided I would stick to recorded and edited stuff for the time being.
That is fair.
And then I also didn't talk about current stuff for obvious reasons of the current stuff was not happening yet. Or at least I wasn't aware of it yet. People are starting to realize they can get weird with it, and they're doing it a lot more, and I'm so happy about that.
All right. Is there anything else from the creative process you'd like to share? Any final details you want to point out?
So the simple one is I drew some on-paper diagrams of the eighth wall situations for the various series before talking about them. They're so much more cluttered looking when it's just arrows and words. It looks like a mess. It's kind of great, but it does look like a mess. The other thing is there is a lot of really weird stuff going on with Lagundo's death and dimensional doors. Mechanically speaking, the way the game is coded, that should not have happened on several different levels. Drives me insane. I thought it was scripted because there were so many ways that should not have happened, and it just did.
That's crazy. Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for joining me for this interview. Thank you for your contributions for the zine.
Happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
Message to all Minecraft YouTubers, get even weirder with it. I want 16th walls on my desk. I want to confuse people. I am here to make things worse. I changed my mind. Forget all that. We're back to the beginning. Negative character art. I'm here to make things worse. Make it more convoluted.
You heard it here first, folks. All right. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, thanks again for having me.
You can check out SolarArc's piece and all the other pieces for the MCYT Metazine when it releases. See you then.